o'clock appointment with the ophthalmologist to find out why she went blind in the last couple days, and how if it's permanent blindness, if she has shadow vision or light vision, but they didn't tell me. They changed the appointment to 11. So I came out here. I got a different camera. I'm going to test out in a few minutes. So let me give you an update on what's going on. I got no viewers. Okay, so what's been going on in the last couple of years? Yeah, my life is fairly good. I'm very fortunate. I'm very lucky. In the last 2 years, I'd say I know at least 15 people that have died. Not all of them are my friends, people that I've known since I was a kid. Some of them are my mom's friends, my parents' friends. So dealing with just an enormous amount of death has been very difficult, but I handle it because I've got my dog and I deal with stuff well. So I've got the deaths that are going on. I've got mom's neighbor that I've known since she moved in. She died about a year and a half ago, very young, of breast cancer. And that was a tough thing to deal with. I got the daughter who lived there, who's known me her whole life. And she got herself pumped up a couple times and then got somebody to marry her, and she had mommy's house, but she packed up and moved. So not that it bothers me, but that's another lifelong loss. Then there's another neighbor that I grew up with. I grew up with her kids, and she woke up in the middle of the night about 2 years ago and slipped or fell or passed out, or who knows what, probably passed out. The dresser fell on top of her. She was stuck under the bed, had a heart attack. Luckily, a neighbor heard her screaming at 4 in the morning because the cops showed up and said, we don't hear anything. But she's in assisted living now, so I don't see her anymore. I almost was a caregiver for her instead of her kids doing it for a couple years. Now, longer than that. I don't see her, and now that the house is sold, I don't see the kids that I grew up with, my friends. And what else? Okay, so we're dealing with that. For those of you that remember, my dog almost died during the summer. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but that's why I moved. Because I didn't think she was going to live. And that might be something to do with the vision thing going on right now, because I think the vision thing is autoimmune or the immune system. But she almost died during the summer. And then I was crossing the street while I was plane spotting, and I don't know what happened. I took a sprint run, and I ended up flat on the street. Luckily, I wasn't run over. The car stopped. I sprained my wrist really bad on the left, and on the right, a partial sprain. I still have problems with it, the elbow cracks, but it's healing. So dealing with the dog almost dying, dealing with the sprained wrist. Mom started getting older and needed more help. And I said, hey, I'll move in to help you out. And that's been if you listen to my videos, that's been an absolute nightmare. It's a nightmare. If stress can cause blindness in a dog, then moving into this house, whoa! God, I'm missing all these good planes on video. I have missed so many good takeoffs doing a couple of live streams talking about what's going on. So moving into my mom's house is just a pressure cooker from hell. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. And I tell my mom every day, stop doing what you're doing to me. Look what you're doing to the dog. And I wanted to move out. There was a thought of moving out, which I could have done. My place is up for sale. It hasn't sold because the market's a nightmare. So I'm trapped with my mom. I'm trapped waiting for the place to sell. But I had the possibility of moving out. I can't move out now that I could move out now that my dog's blind, but I don't want to put her through that. And my mom wouldn't last a week without me. If I moved out of that house, she probably wouldn't last more than a week or two. So I'm stuck in the house. I hide in the bedroom. Now I've got a dog that can't see, and it's just this so much. The only thing I can say is when I went to the market today to buy my mom food, cashier asked how I'm doing. I said, I'm okay. I lied. I said, I'm okay. And she says, well, I'm not. I just took my dog to the crematorium this morning. And I said, that's why I've got my sunglasses on, because I'm crying behind them right now. Because my dog's at the vet because she went blind a few days ago. And here she is with a dead dog, and she's telling me, you hang in there. And I got in the car and I thought, she can't see, and this is going to be this is going to be tough for both of us, but at least she's alive, and at least I have her. So, as far as my mom, I kept on saying I didn't think she was going to make it to the end of the year. The end of the year is coming up. Maybe she'll make it, maybe she won't. The way she takes care of herself, she doesn't want to live, I know that. She definitely doesn't want to be out alive. So, I'm not going to go into the family part of it, but things have been rough the last couple of years, and that's what's going on now. And the one thing that kept me pumping along was I had the dog running up to me every day, the dog wanting to go for a walk, the dog licking she licked my forehead a lot last night. But she's a happy girl, and now she walks in the hallway and stops and looks around, and she's in a world of darkness. And when I see her do that, I just break down. So that is what's going on with my life right now. I got this new camera. I'm going to go test it out and see how it works. And obviously nobody wanted to hear me because the one person that was watching the live stream shut it off.